Welcome to another episode of Endless Phase 2. I'm Matt, and this is my Lumeris playthrough in Endless Difficulty. So, although we've been playing, economically up until now, we've come up against the problem of being right next to the Cravers. Cravers are extremely warlike. Them eliminating us or another major faction is a big deal for us, because we want, in the long term, for our pacifist laws and strategy, we do want lots of different factions to be friendly with. And the other thing is that they have a lot of fleets. They're very aggressive. We can't force peace on them, and they're right next to our borders. So that is very scary. Now, I do want to pick up some extra heroes now. I think this skill tree will lend itself quite well to being a governor. Just bonus industry upgrades, bonus food. Yeah, although the more I think about it, it's just maybe just okay at that. Yeah, maybe I rather want Jennifer Rash as a governor. She gives bonus influence right away. And she has this bonus per foreign population. Which is... I mean, it's not great. Yeah, it's not bad, actually. Now that we've stopped having the races too active, we can improve that. Although she has a lot more ship-based upgrades. Does she? No, these are all... It's like a 50-50 split, actually. So neither of these heroes are actually great at being governors, but neither of them are actually... They're decent commanders, because they're seekers, because they improve our heroes' movements. They improve our fleet's movement speeds, basically. I don't know who I should pick as our fleet commander. Maybe I should just buy them both, assign them both as governors, and then later make a decision. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I value titanium a bit less. I do value blue cap more quite a bit. Although maybe super spuds are the things we have to go for because we're producing them a lot more. Producing a lot more of them. The reason I want to save up Hyperium is because now I'm going for military technologies. And we can pick up bonus lasers via Hyperium. And what I'm seeing is that the Cravers are well defended against... Actually, never mind. Oops. For some reason I remember them being well defended against projectiles. Alright, never mind. Picking up titanium is fine because we have a lot of titanium production per turn. Basically, we have the choice between better lasers and better missiles. Yeah. Okay. Getting extra dust production is nice because we can buy out bonus ships if we want. I just want to get these heroes now before they get snatched up. One turn we get this booster program, and I think then our happiness should snap back into ecstatic. Again, we are diverting a lot of our critical resources into building up the happiness. I think I'm just going to assign them to systems where I can generate a lot of... Or where I'm building a lot of stuff, to be honest. Like here. Get some experience on them. Just check these skill trees again. So this is solid. I think it's a solid governor. Maybe I'll go for Jennifer Rash as my war hero because he has just a solid amount of governor skills, to be honest. These are more governor skills and more impressive ones than Jennifer Rash has. So Jennifer should be my war hero again. I mean, she was in the previous playthrough. I just like Jennifer as a commander. I currently don't need her as a commander, that's why I've assigned her as a governor, just to give us some experience. We can just assign this... We can just keep this fleet here as a sort of like a weird... it's just sort of stuck. I mean, I was trying to put a strategic spin on it, like we could scout out and stuff, but really, I just don't want to move it because it'll die. I'm gonna save up dust now, because I can always pick up stations, and they're good. They're decent ships. Like they're not great. They're not like countering what our opponent is doing, but they are hunter ships, and hunter ships are just strong. Like it's not a. They're just good. These ships are pretty shit. But like when you can Actually, I've sort of warmed up to buying ships from the marketplace. Previously, I thought it was always garbage, but now I feel like it's a good way to defend yourself if you need to. I mean, it's not great, right? But if you don't have as many fleets as your opponents do, and you have a lot of dust production, like this faction does have, we have a ton of dust production at this stage of the game. Then we just want to have a way of turning that dust production into industry, or turning that dust production into militaries, by the way. Again, I'm not going for this great law paid forward because I don't have ecstatic on lock. I need this make love or war to get ecstatic. And here we're just going to pick up this happiness upgrade. Very strong. Wait, we should check out the system first before we do that. That upgrade is very strong, like, don't get me wrong. It's just that I need to double check that the system is actually good. This Molten Springs is quite strong. Quite powerful, I think. We're losing a lot of happiness on this system, on this planet. Bonus fertilizer system. This is less impressive, so I guess just pick that up. And I guess afterwards you get National Museum. I've been complaining a lot how my influence has been bleeding. Is that the right term? Whatever. I've been bleeding influence. And that's not the end of the world, but it's also not the whatever the good version of the it's not the end of the world, but it's whatever the good version of the end of the world is. It's not great there. Just great, the substitute for any substantive claim. Great. But, you know, it's bad, it's good, it's great. Like, just some variation of great. If different intonation, great can mean almost anything, so, you know, wonderful. I guess I do want National Museum here. We have a solid amount of population. Do we want... We can also get Intergalactic on this system. Although picking up Intergalactic on our home system is quite nice, because our home system has the Black Tax Authority bonuses, which we've kind of only got for like one system. We have... let me double check how much Black Tax Authority we're getting. We have like... We've got the upgrade twice. Yeah, actually it's not actually that impressive. I do want this upgrade, but yeah, it's also taxing our industry further. Yeah, whatever. Once I pick up these ships, I'm just going to go up and pick up... this mobile energy weapon is very important for ground battles. This coordinate command is very important for fleet. Like, always get the command point upgrades. Like, just always. There is no question, always get them. Like, end of story. Listen to me. This improves our projectile damage, this improves our energy damage. And the siege module is nice, but now that I figured out how powerful this OBEX gear is, even the UE has a better version of this, but now that I've figured out how strong this is, I'm a bit low on siege than I used to be. I used to be like, siege is the best. I think I watched a 4X Alchemist playthrough, or like guide for Quavers, and then like explained how good siege was for early aggression. And then that sort of like got stuck in my head. It was like, okay, siege, always. And it works, it's just that this is just better than this at doing what this does. As long as you have enough manpower. So these upgrades, manpower deployment limit, once you have enough of them, you can always overwhelm the defenders, basically. In one shot or 1 or 2 shots. By pure force of numbers, as opposed to having to whittle them down. Even though this whittles them down quite quickly, this is just more effective at getting plans quickly. Not that we want to do that, by the way. So we might just want this for this kinetic enhancer. Increases flotilla crew destruction. Not that interested in that, I don't think. Not that interested in these defensive upgrades. If we have to get defensive upgrades, like, it feels like we've already lost the space battle. If we've lost the space battle, we're kind of screwed. Given that I want to go for these titanium warheads, I kind of feel like I want this focus plasma a bit more. Yeah, I don't even know if I'll have spots for this, but you know, the sieging is okay, and we need to get to the next tier anyways. So, you know, basic beam is neat, but it's kind of basic as well. Ideally, we can get some titanium weapons. It looks like they're going heavily against lasers in general. Maybe they'll mix it up, but if we can exploit their weakness and pick up a lot of missiles here and have a decent amount of, or have good defenses to either one, we might as well pick all three of these up if we can have the science for that, you know. We also want this. So maybe I'll just pick up, I'll probably just start producing chips and then see about getting these upgrades. Because the basic weapon upgrades are not that bad, to be honest. It's important that we stay on ecstatic for our bonuses. Get some extra industry. Industry is very nice on new systems. We can delay the bonuses to dust. We don't need dust as much at the moment. Which is kind of weird that we're producing it more than we need. We can start buying stuff out, to be honest. We could probably save for these stations, actually. They're really pricey for some reason. They just jumped up somehow. Did somebody start buying these things? Stupid market. Anyway, if we could just get one free ship with dust, though, might be interesting. Okay, discovering black holes is not the end of the world. Oh, yeah. Black holes sound like they should like mess you up very badly, but they don't. Let's check out that system where this hero is active. You always need to check systems to maximize value. I mean, often I don't because later in the game it doesn't actually matter. It's just irritating for me. But anyway, we can get bonus on just a flat food bonus or a flat industry bonus. And considering that we have 2 hot planets, the industry bonus is probably a bit more impressive. Yeah, this is going to give us 15, 30, but this is going to give us a bit more food. So they're both good. It's just like, how much do we need more? I guess we need food a bit more at the moment, to be honest. Actually, this is only the scales of hero level, not population, so this is just better. My bad. They're both okay for starting skills, but they're not spectacular, right? We have industry that we might even get intergalactic here first, but we should get xenotourism first, because they're both good, but xenotourism is like better, I think. But it's happiness on fertile, as long as we're happy. That's good. Yeah, the system is good on industry. Yeah, so maybe this is the correct system to get like intergalactic on and stuff. Because our main system is also not bad on it. Like, I say good on industry, by turn 50, like, I've gotten like close to 1,000 of other factions, or like 600, like, this is not an industry faction. And that is unsettling because industry factions are good. But, you know, we'll make do. I don't know if we probably can't cut a happiness law. I do want to, so I can get the industry law active. Let's see if... Nah, we can't really cut it. We need it at the moment. We should get this interplanetary transport for this system. Oh, they gave us one of these? That's excellent. Gives us bonus influence production. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. Thanks, Yellow. That's another center for us to keep Yellow alive. That's what's so nice about the Unfallen. They're all like about incentivizing you to be friends with them with that Guardians upgrade. It's just so nice. Like, it's very nicely designed, I think. Like a small incentive to be friends. It's just great. Like flavor-wise and also gameplay-wise. I guess once I get sustainable farms, I should pick up these. Or before I get sustainable farms. I don't know. Pick up those. This is going to take time to develop the system because it's just not that strong industry-wise, but okay. Those things happen. Yeah, unfortunately these ships jumped up in price quite substantially, so we might not be able to get them very quickly. I do desperately need to build up warships. And maybe I desperately need to build up warships on this system. It's funny, the system that's closest to the enemy also has a ton of industry. And it has more industry than our home system. So we actually might want to make this our production base and focus the other cities on dust so we can buy out from our production base. And that way we don't actually need our ships to be that fast, which means we can divert more into offensive weaponry, which means our ships will be more effective. Normally we have to divert a lot of shipbuilding potential into movement, but I don't think we have to in this case. Very interesting, actually. Bonus on Stera or bonus food. Let's just double check which system she's on. Wait, this is hot. This is hot. We don't have any sterols at the moment. This is in theory good, but we should just get bonuses to food. And flat bonuses, I think, are fine. Now, sustainable farms is strong here. Non-intensive. Intensive is actually quite strong as well. We have hot planets and we have luxuries, so that's good. But we should probably pick up this planet first. Get some of that industry bonus. Yeah. I think that's fine. Again, I'm playing mostly from experience here. I have a lot of... I played this game a problematic amount. That's no way of explaining it. So, if you don't know what the upgrades and stuff do, like, you should just figure it out, like, on your own. Like, you just play and just read them. And just try and see what makes sense in your head, like, at which stage. See, Epic Jonic is actually okay here because we have a lot of populations. But this stage, maybe we want the national... I think I want the National Museum first. I desperately want extra influence. So I can pick up these, that I can also make friends with green. And I need an ally to be able to defeat blue, I think, or at least improve my chances. Fortunately, yellow is sort of holding out here, and it gives us enough time to build up fleet technologies. It's also distracting blue, which I'm happy about. Fortunately, the AI, although it has a resource advantage, it's very dumb in terms of how it besieges. It could have gotten a siege ship, and this would have been over by now. So food is converted into dust. Okay, not that... I think I want star system trade value. I'm not benefiting from it at the moment, but also I kind of want to improve my food. This is a substantial loss, I guess, of food. Although it's a substantial gain of dust, and dust can help us generate more military sooner. Not actually sure which is best. We have a lot of systems that need to grow, though. So this is a cost. Although we actually get something out of this. An industrialist political ideology is not the worst for us, actually. I'm actually not sure. I think this might gimp our production a bit too much for dubious rewards. So let's just go for the thing that has no effect. Sadly, you always get that quest early before you actually have the chance to set up trade routes, or should set up trade routes. Okay, I'm just gonna go make my war again. If I get broke on influence, it's fine. I'll have the chance to get this National Museum later, you know. Make that right. As soon as we level him up, we're also going to get just more influence production, which is very good, obviously. It's so unfortunate that I need influence for my playstyle, but it's not something my faction is very good at, or I've been very good at in this playthrough. You know. Yeah. Happens. I'm just going to save these. I don't feel like I desperately need to... Where? That's a lot. Actually, I should save that up. Maybe there's the next level I want to get. And then I want a ton of these resources. I want Blue Cap Mold because it's just strictly better than Super Spuds, but also Super Spuds are easier to produce. And also buyout might matter quite a lot for us. Maybe if we're just saving dust, you know, and then we're buying out a lot of warships. So yeah, maybe that's the way to go. We also have some antimatter in Empire, so these upgrades would be nice to get at some point. Antimatter and the trade routes. Or even Neurorobotics for predictive logistics. Good upgrade, good upgrade. Although I wonder if we can afford to do that. If we definitely need to get all of these military upgrades, but I wonder if we need even more military upgrades. Like, I really like improving my economy. In case you haven't noticed by now. I don't know, maybe you haven't listened to anything I've said. But like, maybe Anyway, so I do really like improving my economy. Gonna get this for extra influence production. Yeah. We completed this, that's really nice. Got another level here. You get extra industry on that system, especially since that's gonna have to be our industry system. We'll get food, I guess. I should check out that system again. Goody. It's not his name, but Wind's name. Again, we have to check out the system to be sure. No, just stop bothering me. Stop it! We have no fertiles in the system, okay. Although the flat bonus to food is somewhat appealing. So we have no fertiles, so this will give us 20 bonus food. But also this will start giving us a decent chunk of food as well. And some industry. And then we double check how many population units can we have max in the system. Like we currently have 7. So it's gonna give us 7 food. So that's like half, that's close to the amount of food, but we're also getting industry, and then this is going to be better in the long term than this, because we don't have fertiles, I think. Very weird, normally the other upgrade is way better than that. Who still needs the level? Jennifer Rash and Torvalds. Let's just check out Torvalds. What is in the system? It's a cold tundra, a gas warm. Oh boy, amateur. An Arctic, yeah. Anyway. So the system is kind of garbage. This is a solid upgrade. Yeah, I think that's good. And I think the food is going to be more important than the flat bonus to science at this stage in the game. Flat bonus to science is really good early on in the game. Becomes much less impressive at this stage when we're producing like thousands of science, you know. I want sustainable farms as well, just to help us out on this planet. Yeah. Now Jennifer Rash, I actually kind of want her to be my fleet commander, unless I pick someone else up who's better at being a fleet commander. Actually, Mwanga! Mwanga's back. Mwanga's actually a decent governor thanks to these skills. And although he's also a pretty decent fleet commander as well. He doesn't have as much he's not as good at getting our fleets to where they need to go, but he is quite powerful as a warrior. And so I do kind of want to buy a Mwanga actually. Now, how quickly does he reassign? 9 turns. In that case, I want to have him on standby. So since I have another warrior hero choice, I can make Jennifer into a governor. And let's just pick this up. Flat bonus to influence is something we're interested in, because our influence is, like, garbage. I mean, that's probably a little bit offensive to garbage, because... yeah. Our influence is bad, okay. That's just bad. We do have frigates now, though. We just need to wait till we get tier weapons, so that our frigates don't, like, shoot them with, like, paintball guns or something. Yeah. Now, in a turn, we're going to get the influence upgrade there. And that's going to give us 2 bonus influence with ecstatic. Whoa, hold a second. How did that happen? I'm sorry. I'm not sure how I pulled that off. I'm actually kind of impressed. No. Screw you. Anyway. Sorry for that short delay. It was sort of funny though. We can start building ships on this system, I think. This is going to be our ship production system. And it looks like the Craver's just up and left, so that's good. They probably got bored. Like, honestly, be like knocking their heads against the brick wall there for a while. I would like to buy this out, but I can't, so I won't. Yeah, it looks like the system is reaching max potential. I can actually move. I could have done this earlier. I could just send population units to new systems where they need them. Yeah, no, will. It's only a good thing to do, I think, once you have... because it takes so long for them to get there. It's only a good thing to do once you're not getting extra value out of your food otherwise. But we weren't ready, so yeah, it was a good thing to do. Getting this desert takes forever for such a mediocre upgrade. I mean, curiosity upgrade is neat, I guess. Terraforming is neat, but come on, I only want the deserts. Like, whatever. Let's just get this tier and then see how I feel about the guns. These are decent weapons, right? Although these are noticeably more decent. Oh boy. Yeah. So I do kind of want this upgrade. Hopefully I can get it quickly. If not, I'll just think of something. What do we need here? Almost one epigenetic on the system, actually. We can get National Museum next. Again, these systems, we don't have to be building ships on all of our systems. Ideally, we're only going to be building on Fatia, and then we can buy out ships as well. And basically, because Fatia is so close to the enemy, it's a logical location to build. Because one of the big issues with ships, and fine leaving Mwanga unassigned, improves flexibility, I think. One of the big issues with ships is that you have to get them to where they need to go. And that means you're diverting a lot of your ship design into improving their speed. But when you're doing that, you're also making them worse at being warships. We can be fancy and make ships that ferry other ships to other locations. If we want to. Oh, you're actually leveled again? That's nice. Let's improve our industry. Sorry, influence. This upgrade is very nice for influence. It's also very flavorful, like the hero's personal militia who just go around bragging. So finally our influence is out of the red zone, which is very nice. Okay, this is the Craver homeworld, we found it. Now, it will take us 4 turns to get that improved weapon upgrade. And we definitely want this zero lag command at some point. And, oh, we can always get behemoths as well. Something worth considering. I think I want the improved weapons first. In the meantime, we can sort of make a suboptimal frigate. Let's just edit this. Any second now. Yeah. As you can see, the frigate has pretty garbage movement. Actually, we can go to pretty good movement, but it's going to cost us in terms of plating. So that's the real downside of having to, just adjust your fleets that way. Like, is that you really lose out on. It's going to go for a balanced ship design. So the main thing is that if you adjust our fleets to have movement, which is normally correct, we're also losing something. We're losing out on having better guns, for instance. Yeah, we can pick up this coordinator, although this is not that much better than the hunter ships. Or the frigates, I should say. Yeah, it looks like blue is backed off, so I do want to start producing on that system, but I don't have to prioritize it above all else. And here we can go for the supermarket at this point, I think. Just because this system is one where you should prioritize dust production, I think. Or we should get enough dust production. Just because the Black Tax Authority will help the system out. Though maybe we don't have to do it that much. But we don't have anomalies, so this is not good. This is not good either. This is also not that great. Yeah, we do have AI labor, so although that only gives us 30 like we discussed, so it's not strong. Let me read something we have to do. That unfortunate moment. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. I'm just making sure that Fatia is our location for frigate production. Turn 50 is sort of, I feel like it's a good number for when you have to have some military, or have to start thinking about military in this game. It's not like Ender's Legend where you just like need military. Like this game is very more relaxed about that. Yeah. Pretty soon we can have built up enough influence to try and force a peace here. But pretty soon I'm just hoping that my influence production will ramp up after these upgrades. Like desperately. And we can save up some dust. We don't actually need it to spend it. We don't actually need it right away. Language. Neurorobotics. This is just good for this upgrade, which is excellent for industry. It's very expensive, but it's also important. I do want the antimatter at some point, but I do have to think about building up trade routes at this stage of the game, I think. Just because, like, that's such a big part of our faction identity. Yeah. Actually, as we can see, no, these systems are not linked somehow. It would be cool if this was somehow linked with this. Maybe we should see if we can pick up wormholes to help with that. That will help us plan in advance, basically, for trade routes. Because if there's like a wormhole that links these two, then we could send trade routes like from here to like here and get a sick amount of profit. Oh boy, I've become the enemy. Yeah, wormhole. It's important to plan around wormholes and star lanes when you're thinking about trade routes. So I just want this for the information. And anomaly reduction is also it's not terrible. Once we get that, we go back to trade routes. We get this tier bonus. Probably combine super spuds with Jadonics or blue cap mold, but I think super spuds because we're producing way more of it. We can also buy a ton of blue cap mold if we wanted it. Actually, we can't because the marketplace doesn't have any. Classic marketplace, just letting you down. You can't rely on the marketplace for luxuries in this game. It's too inconsistent, I think. Even though it's good to maybe buy out Jadonics, then you won't have it for the rest of your systems in your... In the later game, you kind of screw yourself like that. But anyway. I could spend dust here, but I do want to bank dust just to be safe that, you know... Actually, I need to complete this quest at some point. The main thing with a random... What was I saying? I want to be safe in case blue makes a move, that I could just buy a couple of extra ships. It's not going to be super impressive, but it might turn the tide of battle. And spending dust for something that's not super important economically is... Yeah, it's not actually helping us win that much, that it's worth sacrificing the flexibility. This is a bit weird, because normally you want to maximize what your resources give you, you know? You want to spend your resources aggressively to be able to... I haven't checked the system, actually. I should double check it. You want to spend your resources aggressively because you can get value out of them. But if you're not getting much value out of spending your resources, then it's not actually worth going for it, you know? We have a fertile in the system. Do we want bonus food or do we want bonus dust? And in the long term we want the skill. This is a very solid skill. Although this skill is probably a bit better right now. Yeah, actually we don't need food that much. There's not that much food. There's not that much space to occupy. It's starting to get to the point where like this colonial exchange is actually looking vaguely enticing. On almost all of our planets. Generally, I think these upgrades are not that strong, but yeah, okay, whatever. You do what you gotta do. I actually sort of want this magnetic field because we have mutated flora there. Very weirdly. I think that upgrade is frequently trash. But you know, every upgrade has its day or situation. Whatever. I do want the bonus dust. Yeah, I guess I'll go for intergalactic. Again, if I'm devoting any system to weaponry, it's going to be this system.
Like rain after drought.
Nah, I don't need that.
Yeah? Why are you knocking around?
We just met 5 turns ago, dude. How's this not...
Well,
Yeah. So this is why I feel the Unfallen are just superior as a pacifist factions, because they're just so focused around the idea of influence that it gives their strategy a lot of clarity and also a lot of power, I think. I don't know if that was a good way of explaining it. Basically, they're just better. Alright, we'll get this Graviton shielded. This system, it's fine. Fortunately, on Fallen Allies have done a decent, or not allies, but on Fallen Friends have done a decent amount of. They've given us a bunch of Guardians, and that's actually helped us, or at least a couple of Guardians. That's helped us pull our influence production up out of the dumpster. At some point, I do want to offer an alliance when I have influence. Like this is not a threat. Although the downside of offering an alliance to this faction is that, I mean, they're doing really badly, so like, we're just going to get the free bonuses off them very easily, in terms of getting from our pacifist laws help us no matter if we have bonus through, if we have peace and alliance, basically, so that's why it's repeating. They're not a threat, so we don't have to worry about them winning the game for us or whatever. But the downside is that they're probably at war with the Cravers. Let's see, stop, we'll see. No, they're truce, interesting.
Is always welcome by young folk.
Yeah. We can gain bonus dust on systems, which is very strong. Or we can gain happiness on systems at the cost of dust. This might be better. This has a chance of creating economic crisis. But with this, we can get rid of Make Love Not War, stay at ecstatic, or we're already at ecstatic, never mind. For some reason I had that active, I thought I needed it. Oh well. Let's get this paid forward then. In that case, we don't actually need this bonus to ecstatic. So then we should get bonus dust and just deal with the crisis when it happens. I'm in the mood to play like a sort of economic dust-orientated, economic like mafia faction here. I'm just like gambling away everything. Like beautiful. Now, what do we want here? We have Molten Springs, so anything that benefits of anomalies would be not bad. Yeah, and I think we should just get that. And the food upgrades is not very... Actually, epigenetic is not bad here. Again, food upgrade is not something I love, but I'm sort of... I have to admit to myself that they're good. Sometimes. We should also get this extreme atmospherics at some point. Okay, we have the wares. Now we're going to make new ships. And now... Yeah, I wish I knew more about Mafia movies. There. I don't even know if I spelled his name right. Now, the question is how much shielding can we... How much defense will we have? We have pretty solid laser defense. It's not called laser defense, but it is laser defense. So we can actually go pretty heavily on... yeah, on projectiles here. Has to be some better guys to go on. I could name them after pirates, to be honest. I mean, you know, it's a similar spirit. How does one spell Buccaneer? Good lord. Naming is hard, okay? Naming is hard. There. Close enough. Yeah, I sort of like the idea of going heavy on like shredding them and we're having good energy defense. That will counter the last thing we saw, and we can also diversify our warships as time goes on. Obviously, but yeah, we actually kind of want to get the Xenotourism for even more dust, though I kind of don't. I could spend dust to get it. Nah, okay, let me just get these warships first. It's important not to skimp on military at this stage, I think. Well, I am kind of. But it's important not to skimp on military too much. I do want to set up my trade routes, but I'm just going to dedicate the system to building warships. And, yeah. I think they're quite solid. Unfortunately, you can't get both of these upgrades. We can't get the Hyperium lasers, but we could get the Hyperium shielding. These upgrades would be neat to have, in addition to this. Although this upgrade is neat to have as well. I was like, I clicked on one of those and I decided at the end I didn't want any of them. Oh, the Endless Research Park and Endless World is improving our base happiness for 20 turns. That's why we're on ecstatic. Okay, how long does that last? For 20 turns. That's quite a long time. In the meantime, I think we should be able to force a peace with... Given that our influence production has just jumped because of these national museums. Museums are the best, right? It turns out museums are the shits. Like, no matter what you thought. I don't know what she thinks about like this suspicious whispering. She's like, what the fuck? What is even happening? So because of the museum, we should be able to force peace with the Sophons really quickly, which is very nice. We have border friction with them? Where? Oh, there. That means we have to prioritize influence production on the system. Just get that there. Also get the gas planet we can improve. Yeah, that. Yeah. So we have to improve influence production there because border friction is never good for you. Like most kinds of friction. Yeah, so I was... Oh my, what is happening there? Just double check, are they...
Checking up on us again, eh?
Yeah, how fast is this fleet? Also, is not very. We can always intercept this thing. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried that they're so close to our borders. I thought they'd be like here. Sadly, these probes actually don't discover where enemy fleets are. At least I don't think so. Kind of limits their usefulness. I guess these ships are not that slow. They're 10 movement speeds, so like, yeah, we can always maneuver them over. And also, we should assign Wanga to that fleet as soon as we get the chance. Sorry, like at this point I might as well check the time. I always do that by accident in this game because the bars are so high. There's great functionality for when you're not screaming. It's great for when you're not screaming. Anyway, here we have a lot of population, so it's actually, I think, better to go for this. Actually getting more food out of it than this upgrade. Yeah, and we're also getting a little bit of extra industry, which is, you know, nothing. It's good that we have this system for industry, because our main system is good, but it's not industry. It's not that great for industry, basically. Now let's see what we need. 10 movement for him to keep up with our fleet, which is very important, obviously. If your hero like holds your fleet back, that's not good. Really. And I can give him a mix of guns, I guess. Could even give him a laser. But the laser's so much worse. Yeah. So at least our hero ship can hold its own in the fight. It's okay. I can pick up this system if I want to, or this system, using influence. But now I can actually hunt down those predators with my fleet. It'll take us a while to get there. Maybe we want to just wait till we have another freebooter in our fleet, or the first freebooter, so we can make sure that if we run into another random fleet, we can just take it out, and we can just do their quest. I'm a little bit worried about overextending my systems at this point, having too many. Actually, we can't actually afford it. We should probably force peace on the Sophons first.
Yeah? Why are you knocking around?
That will also reduce their pressure on us. Oh, wait, I forgot. I need to level her up. What do we have on the system? We have a lot of hot planets. Are those even sterile? We can colonize this, which will become sterile. I should get the bonus food first. Improve the food production a bit on these planets. Probably pick up the sterile planet and get the generically good stuff, I guess. Or the generically okay stuff. Actually, at this stage, we might as well think about interplanetary because of this, and more importantly AI labor. Because all our planets are going to be hard for a while. Yeah, so we're starting to build a fleet. So I'm actually feeling quite okay about our defensive situation. Now we have a ton of dust lying around, which we don't need for anything, but we'll save it up for trade routes, basically. Bonus resources on strategics or system development costs. This is very strong, but this is also very strong. This will get our stuff out cheaper, but also this will get us more. I mean, strategics don't matter as much at the moment, so we can get this, I think. And also dust doesn't matter as much at the moment. Oh, they claim that.
Yeah?
Let's force
Why are
peace.
you knocking around? Gosh, we are so surprised.
Yeah, okay, deal with it.
You're making this a polity.
Yeah, I get it. This will cost us a lot of influence, and we need to produce at the moment. So we're just going to go pay it forward and toys for boys until we desperately need bonus production or influence. Sorry, we definitely need bonus happiness, and we need to sacrifice influence production. But that was hard. So Galter is basically everything it needs now. We can start producing frigates there or freebooters. We can almost buy some titanium if we wanted, which we kind of do. The sooner I can get the trade routes up, the better. But also I need to know about the wormhole so I can plan them out properly. Like, if there's a wormhole connecting these two sections, then this will be a great location for a subsidiary, or maybe even a trade. So we have subsidiaries there, and then we make trade routes maybe here or wherever's furthest away. We'll discover that later. And then we can maximize the amount of dust we gain. Because for trade routes, the trading exit has to be further away for you to get more value out of it. But the AI doesn't trade with you because it's dumb and doesn't understand the value of trade routes. So you have to sort of trade for yourself, which is deeply sad. It's so sad, but also it's something you have to plan out properly, you know. Jennifer Rash gained a level up. Let's just give her bonus influence production. I want as much influence as I can get my hands on. I would force peace with them if I could. Yeah, I get it. You're coming. It sounded vaguely dirty, not that. Oh boy. I just ruined the crave for myself. They're harassing me. No. Oh boy. I mean, I assume you don't tune into this channel for the maturity. Right? At least I hope not. In 6 turns we have trade routes, and then we can dump all of this dust into trade routes, which is really our one dream in life as this faction. I have delayed it, and I think for good reason. Just trying to build up our economy, and also make sure we have some military so we don't get swept off the board. And I say board for some weird reason, because this feels like a board. Like, it feels like 4X games feel like super complicated board games to me sometimes, because of the turn-based nature. I mean, this is way too complicated for a board game. Like, you can't simulate this shit with dice, you know. But yeah, they have some similarities, I guess. Also, this game, in some ways, some of the strategy, like, diplomatically reminds me a bit of Catan, but yeah, whatever. Let me not stretch that humanity too much. Now, given that we're producing so much influence, pretty soon I think we can just assimilate this faction. Oh, well, I think we can just think about assimilating. Actually, I can complete the quest for them in 6 turns, or whenever those pirates decide to show themselves. Yeah. Wormholes should help our fleet actually get there faster. So let's just go there. Yeah. The reason I'm doing that is if I start jumping, I'll be locked to the jump, I think, and I can't use the wormhole. So if there's a wormhole here, it's best to just go there and wait. Kind of advanced, but okay. I want to get these extra populations, but then I need to find a way to sustain them. And I mean happiness-wise, and I guess this make love not war is going to keep us, keep our empire happy, as long as we can generate enough influence for it. And we can. We just need a bit more influence so we can go a bit above and beyond that. Yeah, predictive logistics is always good. Like, gives you like at least 40 industry, which is actually more than AI labor would give us. Actually, AI labor will give us the same pretty soon. Yeah, so they're basically similar, except AI labor doesn't cost titanium, so very, very slightly better. Very, very slightly. Extremely slightly better. I really love the track that's currently playing from the game. Well, duh. But like, we could search these to help them out. I mean, why not? I think we're on green side at the moment. Nice! We got bonus food on our planets. It's a bit late for that to be really good, but okay. Actually, green is close to... Well, green is pretty powerful. So are we. So we needn't worry too much about that. Stupid border friction is stupid. I hate that. Like, sometimes I hate that mechanic. I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, ugh, border friction. We could actually just buy this out, and I think we should because of the border friction. And predictive is not that impressive if we only have one planet in the system. Yeah, we will get the toxic planets at some point when we get up this technology for peace, or sorry, alliance. But first I want to prioritize just picking up Trade Company HQ. Because I already have some fleets, I can pivot into military technology a bit easier. If Blue makes some sort of move. I feel like they'd be distracted by other factions, which is great for us. Okay, Yelchin has got a level. We don't actually have much we can get here that's actually that impressive. Bonus happiness is neat. I guess Senate bonus capacity is solid, but the next level skills are the ones we're really looking forward to. What happens? Oh, did they get assimilated? That's weird. I actually thought that science upgrade would be super easy to get. Oh, I guess our quest timer just ran out. We can always just buy them up, it's fine. So we've finished our quest, and we need to possess 2 watery planets. Because, you know, we like water. Damn, there's some gangster shit right there. Just shot that dude. Kind of funny that you think about it, like a organization based on cartels and so on would probably be like galactically peaceful, although like obviously internally violent to keep, you know, the flow of money going. But to do that, you don't actually need to have any big foreign political moves. Like, it's all about controlling the flow of trade and not maybe actually controlling galactic politics during wartime or whatever. Here, predictive logistics is obviously good, lots of different planets. Hopefully the border friction is reduced. Well, diplomatic status is helping out a bit there.
What do you want? We're kind of... Is there something else we can do?
As long as we're peaceful with them. Wait, sorry. I mean, at this stage, might as well check. Okay, the episode should end in a couple of minutes. As in, I will end the episode in a couple of minutes. As in, it's entirely up to me. Alright. I wish there was some way we could get extra influence production on that system. Doesn't look like it though. Should probably get extra influence production over here as well. Which way is this going? Still in their favor, right? Hard to see actually. Maybe this one is going in their favor a lot. Yeah. Is there any way for us to improve our influence production? Culture Center is not bad. Yeah. We can think about picking that up later. But I want to get this next tier so I can get more upgrades. Getting a bunch of, I think Jadonics and Super Spuds, or Jadonics and Blue Cup Mold. Obviously Blue Cup Mold is better than Super Spuds, but it's going to be harder to spam that on a ton of systems because we're producing less of it. That's always the thing with luxuries. I think you always have to go for the one you're producing more of, even if it's suboptimal, because you just really want to get to the higher tier levels in general. Especially because if we're not playing as a Federation, which I don't want to do, I don't want to switch to Federation all the time, come on, it's boring. Then we might need to get this autonomous administration to get more expansion disapproval reduction. It's culture unshock. And to do that, we need level 4 systems. And also, buying out is going to be good for us because we're getting so many. We're getting so much dust, basically. Let me actually check how you win with dust. So I actually know. I think we should just go. I haven't actually checked on the system. I assume we should still go food. Economy, you win by just producing a total amount of dust over the course of the game. So as long as we improve our trade routes, that should be feasible. Okay, everyone is always close to the expansion of victory. Conquest victory, I mean. Vision range on fleet is not impressive. Hull penetration is impressive. Fleet health is impressive. Yeah, I did not expect to have to move this fleet around too much. That's why I picked Manga. There are better choices if we want to do something else. I think we can wait here in case there's a wormhole there. It's worth the... we're not losing that much movement by waiting a turn, so we maintain flexibility. Okay, blue is assimilated them. That's unfortunate. Oh well. But we can assimilate this minor faction. And then we'll have like 2 minor faction homes, I think. So for our black tax authority. And we can always... That's 90% bonus dust on our main system. That's not bad. I mean, maybe I could have played better to pick that up, you know. There's always like the sort of what if. But also, this would have put us right in the firing line of blue's influence expansion. So, you know, pros and cons. I do want to get... Ash just fits very nicely into my empire, though. So, I'm just keeping this here. I guess it's sort of getting us some value. It's not really that good, but just... Yeah, maybe I should have sold this fleet a while ago. Although, it's not costing us that much, to be honest. We have enough dust production that doesn't actually matter. I should just scout out Green's empire. And we found the home of the Surfons. Surfons are like one of those factions which I personally don't know how to play. And I don't think they're that strong as well. Okay, we can go for industrialists. Try and push out this work not choke at. Or we can go for pacifists and get this fair trade bill faster. And also my pressures is not bad. We have a lot of luxuries in our systems. I guess primary elections is going to be better because pacifists are really well supported. I am trying to influence elections now because A, it's flavorful, which is the most important thing for me. I mean, like, you know, if we're playing the Mafia, we might as well, like, grease some palms. If we're generally playing business people, we might as well grease some palms. Yeah, we might as well, you know how people with money tend to, like, influence democracy because, you know, democracy isn't fair. Or at least our democracies aren't fair. Obviously, I believe in the concept of people being ruled by people's decisions. Anyway, enough politics. It's just very flavorful that we have this ability to influence people with money if our society is secretly run by a bunch of mafia families or influential families like an oligarchy. And the other thing is that I really want this pacifist final law. It's very powerful. So is my precious. I mean, so are the industrialist laws. And also, I just have a lot of dust lying around. I don't have trade routes at the moment, so I don't have to dump them into that. So this is kind of like a trade route. We're spending dust to get other bonuses. It's cool that we can split our... I sort of expected us to be able to buy out systems, assimilate factions with dust. It kind of feels inconsistent that you can't do that, but anyway. The laws are weird for this. Oh, we have ecologists. That's weird. Well, it's good to have a Vodyani counselor because, sorry, Vodyani senator, because the Vodyani skill, they have some good senator skills. So I'm happy about that, but I'm just a bit weirded out by the ecologist one. I guess, you know, all's fair. Whisper Pictures My Precious. I'm interested in this, if we can afford it. Okay, so there is a bridge between these systems. Weirdly for the trade routes, we wanted the bridge to be as far away as possible. But it isn't. So it will go like this. So our trade routes will be okay, they won't be amazing, but you know, not the end of the world. It would take us a while to get here, and I have the influence to spend, so I think I'm just... Oh, come on! Bullshit. How does that stupid thing work? It's ridiculous. Like, we're at 125 with them. How is this... How are we not allied with them? Bullshit. Anyway. Hopefully we can still complete their quest. Now here, we have an issue with the youth being, like, rebels, I guess. Is that an erasure? Okay. You are just cogs of the machine, dumbasses. Anyway. Do you want to conscript them? Do you want to entertain them? Or do you want to educate them? We don't need the entertainment value. No. Oh, because we lost industrialists, we lost that nice law. Oh, that's irritating. I didn't know. I didn't think about that. I thought that was because it was like, oh no, oh no! I locked myself off the quest. How irritating. That is irritating. Yeah. Okay, I locked myself with the quest by accident. I mean, like, I should have probably boosted Industrialists. I just forgot about that quest. Yeah. I mean, not that it's a bad decision to boost this, but yeah. That was, in retrospect, something I should have done differently. I just completely forgot about this quest. I just thought it would be, like, handled. And I also forgot that our special ability was... Our special law was tied to industrialists. So, you know, that's bad, but I think we can... I think it's fine. You don't have to complete your quest to win this game. Unlike in Endless Legend, where you kind of do. But anyways, yeah. I think we're doing pretty fine here. We have some warship presence, and we're basically, I think, past the point where we'll get destroyed if the Quavers decide to attack us. I feel like we're reasonably safe. Yellow managed to survive there, despite our lack of help. So, in general, I feel like, despite being neighbors with the Quavers, the neighbors with the Quavers. Anyway, despite being neighbors with the Quavers, we're doing okay. And that's just really nice. Unfortunately, the assimilation mechanics are dumb, so we can't do it right now. Like, come on, 120. Like, how much happier do they have to be with us? It's stupid. Anyway, unfortunately, that's just dumb. I don't blame myself for that. I don't understand why it works that way. Surely, like, you should both be allied to them. Anyway, but yeah, I think things are going pretty well, and I look forward to continue playing with the Lumeris. I'm having more fun than I expected to have. Kind of sometimes when I haven't played factions that much, I don't really think highly of them initially, but actually when I do sit down to play them, maybe I've learned a bit, and that makes it a bit easier, you know? But yeah, I really enjoyed this playthrough. Or I've enjoyed this playthrough so far, and if you liked or learned something about this playthrough, then you've liked something about it if you learned something from it. The words are hard. If you liked something about it or learned something from it, then please consider subscribing. I have a lot of fun making these, and I hope you had some fun watching them as well. See you next time.